Welcome to China Focus, I'm Shelley Zhang. Chinese director Zhang Yimou is finding himself in the middle of a different kind of drama these days. He's in trouble with family planning authorities for allegedly having up to 7 children with 3 different women. He could face up to a $27 million fine. Zhang is probably best known in the West for directing movies like House of Flying Daggers and Hero. He was also in charge of the massive controversial opening ceremonies for the 2008 Beijing Olympics. The scandal over his children began after the newspaper Southern Entertainment Weekly posted an article with photos of Zhang and his second wife Chen Ting and their 2 sons and daughter. Then official mouthpiece Xinhua published an article saying that Zhang would be investigated by local family planning authorities. Why is Zhang being investigated despite his high-level connections? Here today we have in-house China analyst Jason Ma and Chen Zhifei. So Zhang Yimou's case, 7 kids, up to 3 women, it seems pretty extreme. Is that unusual?
Not up to 3. 4, up to 4.
4?
Or 5, or 6, I don't know. I mean, but...
women?
Yeah, basically he has at least 4 women gave birth to his 7 kids. Yeah, but I think that's put aside. For some reason, Chinese big directors, they all have something like this. And especially for Zhang Yimou, he's such a... They said he is a person directly connected to the topest power in China. So this kind of people normally is considered safe. This case for them in China is considered small. They don't really treat that. But the major thing is why it was blow up at this moment, and it's blow up by the Chinese official media. That's really interesting.
So you're saying Zhang Yimou has connections to the top leadership. Then didn't his relationship save him?
The connection was the previous top leadership, particularly China's top leader in the past, Jiang Zemin. There was a movie called Hero, which was made a little over 10 years ago, and it broke the box office hit record overseas. And the production cost at that time amounted to $30 million.
That doesn't seem like a lot for Hollywood.
However, it was really unprecedented.
The
biggest budgeted movie in Chinese history, and it heralded the new kind of budget commercial movie in China, high budget commercial movie in China. And that movie was personally commissioned by Jiang Zemin to dress up his totalitarian kind of control, because in the movie, the Chinese emperor was portrayed in a positive light, which departed a lot of people's imagination. So it eulogizes dictatorship. It really sends praise for all those people who are despots in history, in Chinese history. And so that sent a very
I think that really kind of went over the heads of us in the West, though. I don't remember.
Right. Western people are very kind of, not very sensitive to this. But after you finish watching this hero movie, what's your take-home message? The empire killing so many people is indeed for the people. So basically, that's probably the message a lot of people get. It's not the kind of the rebellion is a hero. It's the emperor killing people is hero. So this is the subtle message Jiang Zemin want this movie to achieve. It did, and also achieved willingly, kind of paying by the Western media, kind of it make like $120 million overseas, that movie. So basically, that's a moment where Zhang Yimou successfully gained the trust from the Chinese government, Jiang Zemin, and then directly lead to his the chief director of this the Olympic opening.
There was a mutually beneficial relationship chugging along all the way, because Zhang Yimou has won the claim internationally. He had made some very good movies in the 80s that really given him the reputation of being a unique talent in the world stage.
But now he's kind of seen more as a kind of towing the government line.
Towing the government line, or sometimes he didn't want to stir up in the water of history of Chinese politics, as he did in the 80s. It's all about commercialism or about his desire to get some attention in Hollywood.
Right. I think the transition is about that moment. After he finished the best movie he made is called To Live, and it was banned in China. And then he totally transformed to a person who 100% follows the party line. And from then on, he was protected by the top leader like Jiang Zemin, and he made a lot of money out of it. he made both commercial success and political success in China.
He's a member of the Chinese People's Consultative Conference.
Right. And so everyone consider he's untouchable in the Chinese kind of movie area. And so what he did, have multiple kind of lovers, have 7 kids. His kids are already teenagers, and he's a little bit is already in his or her 20s. So at this moment, people suddenly bring this up. It's just because the political power that can protect him disappeared, and the enemy of that, his protector, begin to get to him.
Yeah, I agree. I think the post of the chief directorship of the Beijing Olympics was as much a political post as artistic kind of accomplishment, because that would put Zhang directly in the audience of top leaders. Remember, the ultimate chief director of the whole ceremony was none other than Xi Jinping himself. And there was an episode where Xi Jinping was not very happy with Zhang Yimou's choice of the very young prodigy singer. She didn't like what Zhang did. That might be a prelude to what is going on right now. But at any rate, Zhang Yimou did have a lot of influence with the party hierarchy, and I agree with Jason's comment that those kids are already become teenagers. What happened previously, nobody knew. Nobody was in the know of this whole saga or scandal. That's kind of strange.
Well, I have to ask, did Zhang Yimou do something to upset the leadership, do you think?
No, I don't think he personally didn't. He's a very low-key person. I mean, he keep his private life very low-key. He just has this kind of relative kind of random kind of personal life, but he didn't really the person show off.
He's very sure.
He's not like a celebrity that.
Right. Yeah. No.
He's a political operative in the party hierarchy. He knows how to project his image. And I did a research previous to the scandal. It's all positive. Publicity on the internet in Chinese news media about Zhang Yimou. He was branded like the instructor for the whole China's movie industry, a banner of the whole movie industry. So thinking of that kind of position. So
could this be a policy problem? Like, could it be because they're targeting the one-child policy? Zhang Yimou is, well known, and then he's 7 kids. It's too much.
Some people are arguing for him because he said, "Oh, what's wrong with 7 kids? We should abandon this 1 kid's policy." But that's definitely not the kind of the major argument. The Xinhua news agency have articles saying what's the evil behind his 3 wives, 7 kids. Basically, they bring up 2 things. One is the moral issue. He has moral issue. Second, he break the law. So basically, it's the Xinhua news agency, the very top Chinese official media, charge in the front of everything against him.
So if it's not Zhang Yimou, directly directed at Zhang Yimou, then he's being sacrificed? Is that what's happening?
It's being used as an indication of the ebb and flow in the party leadership. And in this regard, it's not unprecedented. Remember, the best-known Chinese actress is called Liu Xiaoqing. She fell out of favor with Jiang Zemin, and suddenly he disappeared from all the movies. Another example was a very famous folk singer called Dong Wenhua, and she was connected with Lai Changxing's case, one of the biggest smuggler during Jiang's regime, and was protected by Jiang's protege. And then she disappeared for a long time because of the connection with Jiang, and now she came out again. So what happened with Zhang Yimou was really instructive in many sense, because it can be used as a litmus test what's really going on. My personal take is Xi Jinping really wanted to use Jiang as an example to show people his will and intention to crack down on corruptions that was made during Jiang's
I have
era.
to say, it sounds kind of far-fetched to somebody, growing up in the West, I think, because it's like Zhang Yimou, even though he was maybe like the Jiang Zemin was his political patron, it seems like there's still like some distance between him and Jiang.
Right, but the power, showing power in China is such a subtle business. If you were protected by Jiang, by knocking down you, I'm showing I'm powerful than Jiang right now. So basically, it's you can consider this as a mafia system. Like I'm a stronger mafia. I kill a couple of your small guys to show I'm beginning to control this territory. So it's something like this. Although, I mean, you just made a small mistake. Your people just made, I just kill you so that showing I'm totally controlling this area.
So Zhang Yimou, is he going to be fined, do you think? Is he going to get in trouble for this?
The fact that his scandal was gaining some publicity and people are talking about it in a negative sense, I think really have achieved the end of those people who put out the news in the first place. Because they didn't just want to demonize him. They wanted to do something else to show people, like Jason said, who's really in control.
So you're saying it doesn't even matter what happens to Zhang Yimou now?
I guess so.
Right, the kids is already kind of close to teenager. What happened?
And they're perfect, Zhang Yimou have all the money to pay easily the 1.6 billion or whatever.
160 kind of
million yuan.
The penalty or fine. They knew perfectly that, but he had to be humiliated. He was forced down from the pedestal set up by the previous administration, and then show the people who's really in control now. I think that's the message they're trying to send out.
Okay, well, thank you both for joining us today to talk about this issue, and thanks for watching. For more on this and other issues in China, join us at ntd.tv.